Hello everyone, welcome back. This is Jane and this is Overseas Nursing Bands. Thank you for joining me today. If you're new here, welcome and thanks for joining. And if you're old, thank you for sticking by. New ones, what we're all about here is everything nursing, overseas nursing, OSCE, stays in, everything nursing and relocation to the United Kingdom, UK. All right, and that's why we say everything means we also care about your mental health. So how are you? uh yeah, you fine? Good. So today I'll be discussing on wound assessment. It's one of the new skills that has been added to the OSCE, which started, I think, was in October, fully. So you have wound assessment, and your wound assessment is usually 6 minutes. Yeah, it takes 6 minutes, but it won't take you that 6 minutes. And I just want to simplify it, how to make it easy for you. If you're saying you're having a wound assessment, no need to panic. Usually you're giving you have your patient a mannequin with a bandage or wound site or anything like that there, and then you're giving a paper, to score and make your assessment. So now, when you're doing your wound assessment, what you're wondering? So, how do I assess the wound? To be honest with you, it was same with me. I was like, okay, wound. But the easiest thing you can do is to use the acronym time. Yes, like as in timepiece, time watch. So time, TIMA. What is time? Tissue, infection, moisture, edge, TIME, time. So tissue, infection, moisture, and the edge. So you're looking at when you bring your wound. I'm just discussing it informally so that you have an idea of what to do. Yeah, you have an idea. Okay, you're looking at a wound. What am I assessing for? What am I looking at? You're looking at the tissue. How is the tissue of the area? How is the surrounding area? How does the tissue look like? You know, how is tissue that I'm watching, and what is it self? What am I looking for? What am I looking for? That's what you ask yourself. It's very, very simple. You're looking at, is it red? Is it granulation? Is it slough? Is it necrotic? So necrosis, first of all, you want to see the epithelial cells. How are they? Is it forming at the edges? Is it isolated? Is it islands on the wood surfaces? Is it at a vulnerable stage of healing? Which one is it? That's what you'll be checking. So time, you're checking for time, you're checking for the tissue, you're checking for granulation. And you know what granulation is? It's the granular tissue within the wood bed. So you want it to be strawberry jam colored, like really bright red, to show that, okay, this is a healing wound. You don't want it to be dark or raspberry, obviously, and you don't want hypergranulation, which means it is risk of inflammation or infection or anything like that. That's what you're looking out for. You're looking out for if there's slough inside you. What is slough? I don't know a description. Probably I'll need to bring. So it's those things that you see inside that looks like kind of yellowish in color. They can be thick, or it's inside of the wound. That's a slough, and you want to get it out of the wound to heal. But anyway, just know that this is what you're looking for. The epithelial cells, how are they? You're looking for the granulation. You're looking for if there's hypergranulation. Granulation is good, bright red. It's good. It means the wound is healing. There's no infection in your wound. You're looking for this, and you're looking for as well necrosis. The dead tissue. This is usually very black, brownish in color, and you're wanting to. That's what you're looking at for time, for tissue, for tissue. Amen. Somebody say amen. Anyway, so that's what you're looking for, and then you write it down and you explain it depending on what is expected of you. Okay, and then the next thing is infection. Of course, when there's an infection in a wound. So the T is for tissue, the I is for infection. When there's an infection in a wound, it can grow. So how do you know that this wound is infectious? Obviously, it's going to be red, it might be warm, it might be most exudates. Loads of exudate is good, but when it's excess, the sanguineous serous fluid that is coming out of the wound. You don't want it too much. You just want a little. When it's too much, that's risk of infection. When the wound is swollen, is red, is malodorous, all of those things are signs that it can be infected. So when that's what you're looking for, to be honest, in your exams you're not giving like heavy wounds, you're giving like basic wounds, so which should be very, very easy for you to identify. And to be honest with you, it won't take you 6 minutes, but it won't take that 6 minutes, trust me, because if you know what you're looking for, then you know that this is easy to find. And that's why I'm telling you what to look for in your tissue, in your, if you're looking for infection, you know. And then you take it from there as well. And then you have the moisture. This is the part you're looking at. Moisture is the normal process of healing wound. So you're not supposed to see a wound that is dry. No, it's supposed to be kind of a little bit moist and all that, you know. But when there's a lot of exudates that are coming out of the wound, you know, you have, this is not good. So you're looking at for moisture. How moist is this? How moist, not moist. How moist is this wound? How is it going, you know? And then that can tell you that, oh, okay, there's an inflammation going on. What is this inflammation? Is it as a result of infection? You can tell. Okay, and then the edges of your wound that you're looking at for the edges of your wound. Drop something. The edges of your wound. What are you looking at for the edges for? Is it dry? Is it healing? Is it, you know, that's what you have to look out for, the edges of the wound. So, but once to do your assessment, and you'll be seeing it anyway, as you're looking at it, you're seeing it. Maybe I will send a diagram to show how the edges. Anyway, at this stage, you just, the edges, how they are, if they are healing, and what's happening. Otherwise, this is, you can see, it's a very, very very simple and very straightforward to the point. So when you come in, and obviously you know that once you've been given your that skill as to do wound assessment, your next thing stop is ANTT. Honestly, I know ANTT, you're like, oh my god, oh my god. No, don't worry, it's very easy. You can do this. All right, so I'm just wishing you all the best. If you have more questions about wound assessment, just give me a, as you always do, and let me know. But this is very simple. You're checking your tissues, you're checking your for infection, you're checking for moisture, you're checking for the edges to make sure they are healing. So what in tissue, the epithelial cells, you know, you're checking if it's necrotic, if it's healing. And then for infection, you're checking if there's too much of exudate, you're checking the color, checking the granulation. And then for moisture, you're also checking if there's slough inside, because slough prevents your wound from healing anyway. But at this point at the OSCE, that's not what we want to. They want to know is, can you recognize what you're seeing and how to manage and assess this wound. And obviously, if you're coming into community, for example, it is very, 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 very important, because I work as a district nurse. So it is very, very important. Wound is what we do. Wound is us. We are wound. We are one with wound. So, but at this point in your OSCE, they just want you to know if you can recognize what you're seeing and what you're doing with the wound, what is happening to this wound. That is all. It's very straightforward and very simple. And as well, your ANTT. I'm not sure if I have a video on ANTT or not. Maybe the next thing I should do is a video on ANTT. But I hope you've understood. If there's any question, just let me know. I'm wishing you all the best. For those that have passed their OSCE, congrats, and those that are about to, congratulations. Go in and pass your OSCE. All right, thank you for watching. Don't forget to share, subscribe, and yeah, thank you. Bye. God bless.